Hey y'all, I don't know what's going on with the mayor in Chicago, Mayor Brandon Johnson, but I know one thing. He looks scared and he looks shook. Let's talk about it. Welcome everyone. This is the intuitive one. Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual, a body, a soul. Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual, a body, a soul. Welcome everyone. This is the intuitive. Not everyone understands house music. Welcome everyone. This is the intuitive one. Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual thing, a body thing, a soul thing. What's up, y'all? I really do hope that you can hear me because this is the second time I'm recording it. This because the first time I tried to record it, nothing happened. It didn't record. So I'm not even sure if this is recording right now. So I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that this is recording. Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the era we are going into and how, like I spoke about in my other videos, there are people walking around that are not totally people or they're carrying the energy of demons and or parasites because either they're very stupid or they have rabies and they're trying to kill themselves because anybody that goes against safety for their own people, um, helping their own people, stepping on their own people to help people, other people that have you have no loyalty to. They have no dog in this fight, and just so blindly loyal for no reason makes me wonder. You're either really dumb or you are a programmed human being, a clone, whatever you want to call it, and you've been groomed to do a specific thing. And I bring this up because I look at this person here on the screen. Is his name Brandon Johnson? I think that's his name. He is the mayor of Chicago. And oh my God, he treated the citizens in Chicago so badly. And he placed foreigners, illegals over them to the point where he, especially the black people, have left the Democrat Party and became Republicans. And yet he has the nerve to stand up here and tell us that he's projecting his views. Why are you projecting? Aren't you hired to do the will of the people? And how he's protecting all of Chicago. But one of the things I really wanted you to focus in on is look at his face. This man right here looked like he saw the devil himself, or he's on his way to meet him up close and personal. But he's so programmed to go down in flames. He's on a suicide mission. And it disturbs me because I'm pretty sure he's very well educated or trained, because education don't mean wisdom. Okay, his eyes look blank, like he has a stare, like he was a sleeper cell, and they said, "Okay, go out here. We groomed you to be a mayor." And just like we have the other chick in, I think she's in Chicago, maybe Tiffany. I can't remember her name. Yeah, she is another one. Um, Lori Lightfoot. He took over after her. She had a job to do, and she did it, and she left to create chaos, to defund the police and all that stuff, all that good stuff that went on. And here he comes to wrap it all up. But he has a problem because somebody there's a new sheriff in town, let's just say, and he looks scared to death. The coattails of the people that used to be in power are no longer there. So you have to fend for yourself. And he's just saying stuff that doesn't make sense. It's not mathing. The math is not math. And he just looks so blank, so malleable. And I'm so sorry that Chicago Guineans. Do you say Chicago Guineans? I don't know which country. The people in Chicago went through all of that, but it's also a tough lesson to learn. Don't just vote because somebody looks like you. Vote because you agree with their agenda and their philosophy for the good of the whole. Because the devil comes in all colors, cultures, and fashion. Okay? Let's be honest. And they use whoever they can use. Everybody think that these higher ups are just white people. No. Look at Africa. A lot of Africans are starving, but there's a group of elite people that are living really nicely. Same concept, different colors. They didn't make movies about it. Go look at one of those African movies. They'll tell you how they got their riches. But I digress. Just let's take a listen and see what he has to say. This is Mayor Brandon Johnson. I hope I said his name right. But here we go.
I'm standing with the full force of government today to demonstrate that Chicago is a welcoming city. Regardless of who's in the White House,
A little too welcoming, I might add.
Chicago is a city that opens its arms to people from around the globe. We will continue to protect civil and human rights, and we welcome all individuals and families who want to work, live, and thrive here in our beloved city. The Welcoming City Ordinance is a law, and it is the law of the land here in Chicago. We will
I'm sorry. You just made me think of this movie called, I don't know if anyone ever seen it, I, Mother. And it was a woman who was pregnant and she was in her feminine energy. And her husband was a narcissist. And he allowed any and everybody to come in his house. And they wrecked his house. And they disrespected his wife. And other things, I'm not going to go into that, but it was like, everybody coming, and people just kept coming and coming. They had no respect for him or his wife, or he didn't care because he wanted them there. He was a narcissist, and it was all to destroy her. It was a slow destruction. And she started out as this beautiful pregnant woman in her feminine glory. And by the time it was over, she was busted. She was burnt. She was still willing to nurture him. And what did he do? After it was all said and done, he's on her deathbed. he still wanted more from her, and he wanted her heart. And he took it, and she gave it to him. And then he continued to live another day with a new woman to start it all over again. And she was dead and gone. And her house, the beautiful house that they had, was destroyed, as well as her child. It's a good movie. I love it. I don't know. I saw it on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but there's a deeper meaning behind that story. Okay, but let's get back to this Brandon Johnson. And of course, my video is buffering. So let's see.
Uphold it,
Okay, here we go.
along with the complementary Illinois Trust Act, to ensure that our immigrant communities are safe. Furthermore, we intend to continue to empower all of our communities throughout our city with crucial information and resources at this time. On the city's website, chicago.gov, we offer a Know Your Rights resource guide providing all information, tools, and context that our immigrant communities should know. The full force of government from my office, city
Okay, so let's address,
departments,
hold
as
on,
well as all of our
hold on.
agencies,
Let's address the elephant in the room. So they're coming to arrest the criminals, and you're helping them to stay here? For why? Why? Make it make sense. Don't we have enough criminals here? Do we need to import more that don't like you? They don't like me. I'm not saying every single person is a criminal, but when you don't know who your enemy is, then you just have to, if you're, I hate to put it like this, so be mindful of the company you keep. You happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're going to get scooped up too until we can sort this out. But then, does it really matter? Because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of, they came over here illegally. You don't, can I go walk into, I don't know, some country, Panama, Brazil, Venezuela, and just, okay, let me take over a house and you give me stuff? It ain't happening. None of that is happening. It's a process. And there's people that did come in here legally and that go through a process and it's not fair. And then it's like inviting someone, well, I didn't invite them, but for example, you invite someone into your house and first of all, they don't wipe their feet on the rug. They just drag mud through your house. They take over. They say it's my house. They call you stupid and lazy. You go in the refrigerator to eat your food. They ate up all the food. They drunk up all the Kool-Aid. They ate all the cereal. The kids don't have nothing. And on top of that, they want to cause you physical harm. And then when you say to them, "Oh, you have to go," now they got an attitude. See, this I didn't create this monster. It was created. Okay? And I'm gonna stop right here. Let me let him speak.
are in direct communication with businesses, schools, hospitals, houses of worship, and community organizations across the city to ensure that we are responding to our community's needs. I highly encourage everyone to review our Know Your Rights guide and familiarize yourself with the ways that you can protect yourself, your family, and your neighbors. As a city, we are working together
Protect yourself from who? 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 Shouldn't that message be going out to the citizens? I'm confused. I really am confused because I know I ain't crazy. Do you really believe this? I think you do. I think um, not everybody here in America thinks the same way, and I think it has a lot to do with school. I think there was a lot of programming going on in these colleges, and this is the end result. It's a evil plan. It's smart. Yeah, it's very smart. It's an evil genius plan because it takes time, and it's like the frog in the pot. You don't even know you're boiling until it's too late. And this has been going on for a while, and now we're seeing the product. Not just the colleges, young people in foster homes, kids that go missing. Not all of them are dead. Some of them are programmed to carry out certain things. They're the lackey. They're the fall guy when things go south. Oh well, it was that group over there that did it. It was BLM. It was the Antifa. And they're not even the real culprits. They are victims too and don't even know it. And some of them do know it. But there's always a scapegoat. And he's going to take the fall. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that. Or it's not clicking because of with the compartmentalization that through mind control. There I said it.
to share and spread the crucial information. City leadership and I remain close in our communications. We will continue to work closely with the Chicago Police Department to continue to monitor this situation. We stand together firmly in our welcoming city status, as well as our commitment to protecting all residents of the city of Chicago, no matter where you come from or how long you've lived here. Thank you for that, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
You've been invited to speak before Congress. Will you go, and what do you expect to tell them?
I'm going to turn that over to my corporate counsel, Mayor Richardson Laurie.
Good morning, Mary Richardson Laura, Corp Counsel. We did receive an invitation from the Oversight Committee, and it is under legal review, so we are not able to respond directly to your question in terms of.
He looks nervous. And why is he so thirsty? He is thirsty though. But why is he drinking so much water? He just giving me nervous energy. Like he is about to meet his maker. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't look cocky like he used to. Because when those the Chicago people were up there confronting him, he looked like he could care less. He had a smirk on his face. He ain't smirking now. He ain't smirking now. Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town. Okay? You need to do what Eric Adams did. At least he's smart enough to say, you know what? It's up. It's a wrap. I'm going over here. For whatever reasons, he doesn't have that blind loyalty. This guy, I don't know. He looks like he was made on a farm. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Whether he will go. It is a communication, and we'll be making legal determinations as to the substance of that communication.
Mayor, if we could follow up with you just on that. Would you be inclined to go if your legal representation tells you that you should? And Mayor, I'd love to hear from you if you would.
Uh, Mary Richardson Laurie Corporation Counsel, I appreciate the question.
Wow, that must be some really good water. Hmm. Why won't he answer the question himself? Is he going or not? You go, you might not come back. I don't know. So I don't know. I think he knows. And I don't understand all these people that stand behind him. Are you That's like somebody saying, I'm gonna take the plane and fly into the mountains. Who's with me? And everybody's like, yeah, I'm with you. Then y'all just as crazy as he is. Because you're helping destroy yourself. Because let me tell you, if the the plan went the way it was supposed to go, once everybody was in place, guess what? They don't need you no more. Those same people that you're fighting for want to see their people in your position. And you're not going to get that same love. I guarantee it because you never did from anyone before. But you're willing to throw yourself on the sword because what's the real reason? Who do you really represent? And what do you really believe in? That's the question of the day. And I think we kind of know the answer. At least I do. Um, if you know, you know. If you don't, think about it. Think about it. Use discernment and realize when you're being controlled and manipulated emotionally, uh, intellectually. Yeah, that's why it's so important to work on that because you can see things that are not with the naked eye. And that's how we got in this situation today. We look at the outside and not the inside. Continue.
And the interest, it would be premature to talk about going until such time that we properly digested all the legal issues as well as the other substantive aspects of the communication from the Oversight Committee.
So you're not even clear right now whether he could be compelled to go.
It's an invitation that we have received. There, it is not a document that compels.
Excuse me. Alex Capriello with News Nation. We do know that the Trump administration.
Oh my God, did you see that look in his eyes? He shook. Scared to death, scared to look, he shook.
Has threatened legal action against sanctuary cities that hold similar to your welcoming city ordinance. So I'm wondering if this was a discussion since President Trump became the president again for a second term, knowing that this sort of invitation might be coming and how the city of Chicago might have been preparing for this moment.
Well, again, regardless of who's in the White House, we're going to project our values and what working.
Did you catch that? Project our values. Projection. Forcing a way of feeling or thinking. This is just my interpretation of projection. That's like if I'm feeling sad or mad, I'm going to tell you it's you feeling sad or mad when it's actually me. And then you start to believe that, hey, maybe I'm sad and mad. No, I'm projecting onto you my insecurities, my thoughts and beliefs instead of listening to what people want and catering to that. So you start out wrong, you end up wrong.
People across this city have asked for. They have asked for investments and opportunities to make sure that they have the ability to afford to live in this beloved city, to make sure that their children can go to a school that's within their neighborhood, that's fully funded, to have reliable transportation.
Fully funded. Wasn't there a lot of empty schools before these people came over here that just sat there? And now all of a sudden they want to fix it up to accommodate and make shelters? What are you talking about?
Environmental justice, all the investments that we're making, that's what the people of Chicago are experiencing in my administration. So again, regardless of who's in the White House, it's not going to be a determinant on whether or not we're going to hold up to our values. We are a welcoming city. We're proud of that work, and we'll continue to make sure that we're protecting the interests of all working people in the city.
And a brief follow-up, Mayor, your reaction to Board Czar Tom Homan making his presence known here in your...
It's clear from this administration is that they do not have the full pulse or the breadth of what people in America are calling for. And
No, obviously they don't. That's why they want, because the majority rules, right? Democracy, mob rules. So the mob wanted Trump, and that's what they got. So once again, delusional, no, not dealing with reality, confusion, telling me green is blue when blue is green, and getting mad at me because I don't, or we don't believe that, or at least some of us. This is witchcraft, okay? It's not always, uh, you know, spells and that is a spell. Words are spells, okay? That's why it's spelling. But it's not cutting chicken heads off all the time. Yeah, that's a part of it too, but that's another story. But playing somebody's mind, creating illusions, gaslighting. Yes, gaslighting. And by the way, can somebody tell me what is that flag? That's not the United States flag. The one behind the police officer or the sheriff or whoever he is, that's the United States flag. What is that flag representing? I'm just curious. Okay, so you know what? I think I'm going to end this here. But I just wanted to say be careful who you listen to. Work on your discernment because that's going to save your life. And beware of wolves in sheep clothing. Don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes the person who you think don't understand will be the main one to understand. Don't just look at people because they have degrees and they must be right. No, you judge by the fruit that you bear. And we all know that a lot of these schools are grounds, breeding grounds um, for mind control to carry out agendas. So, with that being said, it's so important to beware of wolves in sheep clothing and people masquerading as humans, whether they're walk-ins or they're really not human, leading us with a parasite mind has taken over and is trying to get us to commit suicide. Um, but we jump timelines. We're in a new timeline now, so that's good. Enough of us have waken up. But It's not over yet. So, with that being said, thank you for listening and listening to me rant, and we'll talk again. Peace and blessings.